Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com back for something fun we will hopefully do every single year. Our second edition of the Walk the mock draft will start here at 8 p.m. and allow some people to come into the chat. So let me pull up the chat here on my phone and I will say hello to you guys and kind of run through what's happening today. So how you guys doing? Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if there's any issues with the audio um, or the screen. Should be okay. But if you have any issue, please let me know. All right, you guys can hear me? Cool. Good deal. Just wanted to make sure of that. I will say, I think last year there was an issue with the screen size in my in OBS, so I may have to adjust things once the draft starts live. But so what we're doing today, if you didn't catch it last year, although I know many of you guys did, I was again invited by the great people over at Walk the Mock to do a full 32 GM mock draft. We're going to do 4 rounds. Trades will be allowed, and so trades could and probably will happen for somebody. Will we be part of them? Potentially, and just drafting for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so this won't be about what we think the Steelers will do, what the history of Colbert or Tomlin is. I'll have my final predictive Steelers mock draft tomorrow, Monday morning on Steelers Depot, which will be removing my thoughts and just predicting what I think Pittsburgh will actually do. But for this is just for fun. This is our thing. We're the captain. We're running the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you guys are going to help me as my scouts and assistant GMs to determine who we're drafting. And so that's what's going to happen today in about 21 and a half minutes. And so we pick at number 20, at number 52, at 84, and I think it's 120 something in the fourth round. And so those will be our picks we'll attack today. And you guys can recommend, should we trade up, trade down, stay? All those things are going to be on the table. So hope you guys are doing well. If you guys could like the stream, would really appreciate that. It'll bring more people into the chat and give us some more ideas about who we should take. And like I said, we'll start here in about 20 minutes. Just making sure everything looks good on the stream end. Things are looking good. Yep, Dave, glad to have you here. I'm the captain now, but you guys are co-captain. We're all, rowing this boat together. And so excited for that. Yes, AS. There are 31 other GMs, so it's not. This is not me against the computer. This is me against 31 actual people. I know that Walk the Walk said they have a full room, so there aren't any computer or bots or anything like that. And so I'm sure there are other streams out there. I believe Walk the Walk is doing their own stream as well. I think they're running the 49ers too. So this is not against the computer or an algorithm. It's against the actual people, which is usually a good thing, but sometimes a bad thing. I think last year one guy just took a bunch of quarterbacks for the Broncos, or he did something weird that kind of ruined the spirit of the draft. But hopefully that won't happen this year. So while we have some time before the draft starts, if you guys want to ask some draft questions, feel free, and I'll try to answer a couple of them. I'll kind of go through several of them that I've seen already. I'll probably spend 10 minutes on that. Then the last 10 minutes, we're going to start kind of coming up with our strategy of, who should we draft and what should our approach be. B Do 3, Alex, what are your thoughts on DN from Bama? I'm not entirely sure who you're referencing there. If you could clarify DN from Bama. If you could do that, that'd be helpful. Mark Ralston, loneliest scout in the world, the Steelers West Coast guy. Ain't that the truth? Mark Bruner lives in his own little world out there. Wide receiver, quarterback, really the 2 first-round choices, assuming Tua is back. I don't think the D-line is realistic, right? Yeah, I hate to rule things out, and we can't. There's no guarantee. There's been no confirmation Tua is back, but the team has been optimistic that he'll return. And even if he isn't, you have Hayward, Alualu, Wormley, Loudermilk, Adams as 5, and those guys are healthy and developed, and Loudermilk's going to be in year 2 and those kinds of things. So if you knew you didn't have two, it would certainly make it something worth addressing. Do you do that in the first round? I'm not going to say you wouldn't or you couldn't. I have a hard time finding who that name would be in the first round. Jordan Davis, if he falls in this mock draft, that'll be interesting. Ryan, this is Walk the Mock, which I think you guys can use on your own, not in there may be some other mock drafts you can do with other people. I'm not entirely sure, but I've been invited here, and so this is kind of the thing they put together. We did this last year, so that's that. Quincy, thoughts on Andrew Booth? Really athletic cover corner. Didn't get a test because of injury in the pre-draft process, and that's maybe one of those. If you want to talk about sleeper names at 20 who checks the boxes that we don't talk about a lot. Dave and I've talked about him some, but Andrew Booth Jr. Kind of checking the boxes. I think he's an underclassman, so he's got some youth. He's athletic, and you would love to have that really athletic cover corner. You did bring back Witherspoon, but to add someone like Booth would be maybe taking that to a different level. Oh, all right, B dude. I guess you kind of got me. I don't know. You didn't. That was a little. The joke was a little flat there. Storm says to Marvin Leal, yeah, round 2, I think that's possible because Carl Dunbar was at the A&M Pro Day. I don't think round 1, and I've heard there's some questions about like is he really worth top 50 pick, but Liao would be someone to consider in round 2. Yeah, I was kind of talking more round 1 with Jordan Davis, who I don't think will be there. Then you have Devonta Wyatt, who's older, has off the field issues. I don't think Pittsburgh would do that, although he does check some of those baseline boxes. Logan, if you think the team plans to move up for Willis, what spot would it realistically need to be to? It's hard to say. I think you have a couple different options. 5 with the Giants. What does Carolina do at 6 is going to tell you a lot. The 7 with the Giants, 10 with the Jets, 12 with the Vikings, 11 with Washington. All possibilities there. If he gets past Atlanta at 8 and Seattle at 9, then I think it's really game on. Then you really become interested because it's still going to cost you a decent amount, but it's not as expensive to go up to 11 or 12 as it is, say, 5 or 7. So that's kind of where I think it really gets interesting for me. About Trubisky, Tannehill like production, we'll see. I haven't thought about the production too much. I think it's a good system fit for what Canada and the Steelers are trying to do. Will it be at the Tannehill level? Will you kind of have that resurgence the way that Tannehill rebuilt his career post Miami? I think that's a stretch, but we'll see what happens. It'd be more the exception than the rule, though. I'll put it that way. Olave in round 1 for this, we could. In real life, probably not, based on the Tomlin Colbert history. Stephanie, do I think Sky Moore would actually be a possibility for the Steelers, regardless of the ties? He's not a typical receiver they draft. Yeah, I think it's. I'm not going to rule it out. He's shorter than their threshold, but he's not a small guy, and so maybe that still puts him in play. Let me just check something here. It's not showing me the chat numbers, so does it say? Can you guys see how many people are in the chat right now? Because it's doing a terrible job of updating numbers for me. I just kind of like to know who's all here and shout you guys out. Quincy wouldn't take Pickett. Grant says just don't take Ritter in this thing. Yeah, you guys know my thoughts on Ritter, but in reality, certainly possible. Wide receiver options in round 2. Is Tyquan Thornton just faster? Have you watched his tape? I think he's a little more than just fast, but he's a pretty skinny dude. So other options at George Pickens if he were to fall. Where does Justin Ross come in is a question. I don't think he's a round 2 guy. Sky Moore round 2. I think Pickens and Moore have been some of the more popular mocks there in round 2 at 52. I just saw that update. Thank you guys so much. So 133 people here in the chat. Really appreciate that. And we have a super chat from Chupa Thingy 6173. Thank you so much, man. Been waiting all week for this. If I were in the war room, round 2, I trade Johnson and a pick to move up for George Pickens. I know some aren't really high on that, but I really like him. I personally wouldn't do that, and for whatever it's worth, I don't believe you can trade players in the walk the mock. I think it's only picks. And the bad thing about the pick trading in this is future picks don't matter. There is no, it's good in practice in the real NFL, but for our purposes, what does a future second round pick look for me or whatever the case is? Or if I sent somebody a future pick, You can do it, I believe, but of course, there really is no actual value for our purposes here. So, again, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll start the draft. We're picking at 20 overall. I'll scroll down here. You can kind of see all the people here who are drafting. And again, all, to my knowledge, at least, all real people, no computers. Will everybody show up? And we'll see. But that's the intent. That's the goal. Yes, trades are allowed. AB, if you take a receiver, Alex, got to do with speed. We need to so we can get separation on the field. I hear you, man. I'm not opposed to that one bit. And yeah, thank you, Kevin. If you guys could like the stream, that would help me out quite a bit. Storm says if Jordan Davis, Kyle Hamilton, and Malik, I would like to trade back for an extra pick. Steel analysis. So there's only one quarterback in pick. I'd pick round one. You can probably guess who that would be. MW Malik Willis. Fair point. That is a fair take to have. Ryan O'Connell, somebody's going to fall to 20. The question is who? That's a fair point. We always talk about this guy is going to stay in the top 15. Guys fall. Guys fall every single year, especially when you have fairly deep classes, the way that this class is deep. Um, maybe, I would say maybe fewer guys fall this year, though, because you don't have the quarterbacks at the top that kind of push the other guys down who are top tier talents but don't have the positional value of quarterback. And so when you have a class that may only have one or two quarterbacks go before 20, then usually those guys, those other positions don't tend to fall as much. If you have 4 or 5 quarterbacks taken in the top 20, naturally other guys get pushed down. So something to consider here. But of course, one or two guys I'm sure will fall both in this draft and in real life. Brandon, I don't know if it's the same Broncos guy this year. I certainly hope not. I would like to think he would not be invited back, but I don't remember anybody who drafted last year. Tyler, what style of receiver would you want? Yeah, I think you could make it work either way. I just want talent over the exact type, but you do have Claypool as your Z, Deontay as your X. Who's your slot guy? I really don't know who that would be, so I wouldn't mind somebody in that mold of a Juju, a bigger slot, or even a smaller slot type that has some speed and can separate. But I just want to focus on getting talent. Eric, tight end on the radar at all? Haven't talked about it much after Fryermuth last year. Maybe late day 3, based on what the board looks like, but not likely. And I doubt we'll be drafting a tight end here. If we do, people will be upset. Liberty Library, Alex, mind if I share this on my site? Sure. If you want to share this mock draft, by all means. Duncan, what would a perfect day one look for me? I try not to think about perfection too much and set that bar super high because rarely does perfection happen. I don't know. I mean, I have Malik Willis as my number one quarterback. So if you got him, if I'll put it this way, and people will probably not like this comment. Some people won't, at least. If Malik Willis fell to 20, that's like ideal because you get a quarterback without trading up for him. That's pretty perfect to me. Robert, yeah, big fan of Jahan Dotson as well. Cal Phillips, yeah, he's a interesting slot guy from UCLA, pretty tough dude. Um, I wouldn't hate that in, yeah, probably third, fourth round. Tyler, do I think Steelers draft a running back in this draft? I think it's certainly possible. Day 3, they certainly have a type. They want the big back, power 5, kind of workhorse type. There aren't a ton of them out there, but what's behind Najee in terms of actual runners is really thin. So I think it makes sense. Thank you, Mr. Hammers. Wishing me good luck. All right, so we are 9.5 minutes to the draft. So I want to talk some strategy with you guys. I know it's tough to talk about this broadly, but do you think we should trade? Do you think we should maybe move up, move down? Should we go for Malik Willis? We got to have some sort of idea of what we're looking for. If a Kyle Hamilton falls, if Jordan Davis falls, I don't. I don't want to say we can't trade, but I do want to make more than one pick in this mock draft. I don't want to trade all of our picks to get one guy. Then we're just sitting here for the next hour and a half. That's not as fun. So let me know kind of who you're thinking at 20. I'm not sure who I'm taking. I'm kind of winging it right now, seeing how the board falls and letting you guys help me. Looks pretty split on the trade. Some saying no, some saying yes. I like Bo Melton. Whoever said Bo Melton, I liked him at the Senior Bowl. I think he's a pretty twitchy slot guy. Good speed. Looks like we can go to the draft actually. So let's enter the draft room. Just do default ranking, I guess. All right. Can you guys see this? Okay. I'm gonna look at my phone here. I know some of it may be cut off. I don't know if I can fit all of this into the screen, but let me know how if this looks okay. I think it looks all right. Let me know though on your guys' screen. Can you basically see everything you need to see? This is a little large. Looks good. Clear. Okay. If you see anything, if we start drafting and like text is getting cut off, some of the stuff on the overall picks looks like it's going to be cut off, but I think you're going to see enough for the name that it's going to work, and the position in college are less important. So that should work. Yeah, let's see what some of the rankings are. I'm sure they're probably interesting, but that's okay. This is, I wish this was a little bit smaller. This is kind of covering up a lot of the rankings here. Yeah, good enough. Okay, we'll take it. There should be some audio too once this thing starts. So excited for this draft. I think it'll take probably about roughly 2 hours, I think is what it was last year, give or take. See, Daniel, if Willis is there by 12, we should move up. Davis should fall to 20, or we get the top cornerback. Yeah, I think my game plan, and again, I know this is not ever going to be, there's never going to be a universally loved answer in this. I'm kind of going to eyeball majority, but if Willis gets past 10, past 9 in Seattle, I'm going to explore a trade up for him. I think he's the only guy I'd be willing to trade up for, just given the value of the position, and just how valuable the other draft picks are. Al Bundy, number one overall. Yeah, he had what 4 touchdowns. Bulk out of that one game, so good pick. I can change the screen. I don't think I can get it to fit exactly on OBS, but sometimes I start messing with stuff and make it worse. I did tweak it a little bit before I started the stream to make it, I think, fit a bit better. But I think it looks all right. It just some of it's a little. Again, this is a little large, but maybe this will go away once the draft starts. I don't know. Can I see what their ranking for Willis is? I can. 16 overall. Now, again, remember, and it's fine to ask that question, but these are humans drafting. So rankings don't matter a ton here. There's no computer algorithm that's going to follow a list here of rankings, just for what it's worth. What would I give up? I mean, it's like I said, if I gave someone a future pick, would they take it in this draft? Because it's useless for this purpose. So I'd probably be looking to give up like a third. I could give up a third. I don't want to give up more than 2 picks to get Willis because if we just draft 2 players in 2 hours, that's really boring. So I would look to give up the first and the third. So 20 and 84 to get Willis. Will that get it done? I don't know, but that's what I'm going to offer. So if you're listening, other GMs, maybe you can see what their room chat is saying. If there's any chatter there. I can't. Can I scroll down? I can't. Jaguars are listening to offers. Should we move up to 1? Do we go up to 1 to get Malik Willis? We're not going to do that, but the room chat seems it takes away some of the screen, but it does look a little bit better than it did last year. So we'll keep an eye on that. 4 minutes to the draft. Again, we're picking 20th overall. Jacksonville starting things off, number 1 overall. Dave says, breaking my desktop if Alex gets Ritter. I'll break my own desktop if I get Ritter. Thank you, Braden, for the good luck. Abraham saying I wouldn't trade up at all. Hold on to your picks. More realistic. That's fair. We may not. I'm certainly not tethered to the idea of trading up. I'm kind of laying out what's in my head right now. Ryan, thank you for watching. Quincy, I could trade a fifth, but it's really useless because I think it only goes 4 rounds. So unless it does go all seven, I think it just goes four. I was told four, but I'm seeing, seven, but I don't think we're drafting that far. Trade up to one for Connor Hayward. I like it. I respect it. Joker, is that the Iowa State D tackle? Yeah, had a really good year this past year. 9 sacks, kind of broke out. So I think there's some sleeper value there. What about Stingley? Yeah, Derek Stingley fell. I mean, that dude's talent wise, he's a top 5 talent in this class. It said first four. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure, but I believe you're right there. DTG. See, Rex, Alex, you and Dave are a welcome show every week. I love what you guys do and your dedication. Truly best of the best. Thank you so much, C Rex. Appreciate that. Joy, you're very welcome. I'm happy to do it. Happy to be asked by Walk the Mock to draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers. AB, this draft is for what I would do, what we would do. But this Kevin Colbert and Mike Tomlin's history has no bearing on this mock draft. We don't care about what pro days they were at for the next 2 hours. After that, we care about it, and that's all we care about. But for now, we're just focused on us. Winfrey, Travis Jones, yeah, a couple defensive linemen. I think day two. Now they were again. I shouldn't. I'm going to be hypocritical here, but in reality, Pittsburgh was not at the Yukon Pro Day, so I don't think Travis Jones is on the radar, which is surprising. But we certainly could take him. I'm more bullish on the defensive line and more optimistic than I think some other people are. Bruno, have a good time, Alex. Let's see how it goes, but I hope it goes wild. I'm sure it'll be crazy. I'm sure it'll be a blast. It was last year. I expect it to be again. My high on Kayvon Thibodeau. Yeah, I am not worried about the off-field concerns and does he love football? Dude's a good football player. He loved it enough to be in the top 5 conversation. So good enough for me. BPA says King Crow, and thank you all for being here. 226 in the chat. Excellent turnout. We've not even started drafting yet. So if you have a buddy that wants to watch the draft and yell at me for making mistakes or whatever, by all means, invite him. Have I watched tape on Bailey Zappi? I really hadn't watched a lot of tape. I watched him at the Senior Bowl. I know he put up big numbers last year for Western Kentucky, but he just looked small. He looked like me. When a guy looks like me, it's not a good sign for his football prospects. And I think just any quarterback, even beyond round 1, stretching it to round 2, drafting anyone beyond that, aside from Tom Brady, the odds of that working out are so slim. There are examples like Dak Prescott, things like that, but the hit rate is super low. Mike, thank you so much for the dollar super chat. Really appreciate it. Once we get into the draft, if you do want to send a super chat, because the chat might get crazy, that may be your best avenue to get my attention the most. Because I do apologize, I will miss questions and comments because there's going to be a lot going on here starting in 40 seconds. Thank you, F4. Hey, 4 followers. I don't care if you have 1 follower, 400 followers, 4,000, 40,000. I appreciate the support all the same. Jordan Davis would be a mistake. Would love Jordan Davis at 20. So back-to-back chats there. Just kind of showing the polarization of this draft. Zach, I'd be willing to draft a quarterback. I'm not in wait-and-see mode on Mitch. Dax Hill, he can kind of play all over. Kind of view him more as free safety, slot corner, than strong safety at a $191. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the Jaguars are on the clock. Is there sound? I'm not getting any audio. Can anybody hear? Are there sounds for this draft? Maybe once the pick is in. I know there were last year, and that was kind of fun. Gregaria, what's up, Alex? Checking in. Just sat down with a couple McChickens and ready to watch. You are set for sure. All right, let's see what Jacksonville does at 1, and it should come up on screen. At least last year there was a little tile that would flip over. Chupa thingy, be prepared. Steelers Twitter's going to explode after this mock draft about how horrible of a draft GM Alex has. That's fair. I've accepted that fate. Who would I take for Jacksonville? That's a good question. I honestly might go Thibodeau, but I haven't given a lot of thought. And the pick is in. And the Jaguars select Aiden Hutchinson, the edge from Michigan, the expected pick here. They do not trade out of 1 despite being open for offers. I don't hear any audio, too. So that's interesting. See what the room chat's saying. Any activity here? This is not that's not functional. All right. So now we have Detroit on the clock at 2. We have a minute to pick, as you guys can tell. So once we're on the clock, we're gonna have to know maybe a pick or two ahead of time who we're taking. So it's gonna get crazy really quick. I Hitman just like and subscribe. Love it, Alex. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. If you guys have not subscribed, please do. We'll have more videos, especially right after the draft. We're gonna have a ton of draft content, reacting to who they take, put all the speculation to bed. So please subscribe for more content. The Lions at number 2 take Jermaine Johnson, the edge from Florida State, the transfer from Georgia, broke out in 2021 with the Seminoles. Had a really good Senior Bowl week, and goes 2. So back-to-back pass rushers. That's a surprise though to start things off, as MCDC getting Jermaine Johnson. Who's drafting for other teams? There's a bunch of guys, bunch of people on Twitter. I don't recognize most of the names, be honest with you, but just a bunch of people like me. Texans at 3. Texans need a lot. Could they go quarterback? Probably not, but with the new GM here, who knows? Yeah, is my audio? I'll have to check. I don't want to mess with settings too much, but usually there is. The Texans at number 3 take Evan Neal, a tackle from Bama, the slimmest 337-pounder you're ever going to see. Do I have any way to change the audio here? I don't want to mess with too much here, to be honest with you guys. I think we're going to have to live without audio. Is that okay with you guys? As a Jets at 4, take. There's Kayvon Thibodeau. So the Jets, I think, getting a really good pick there at number 4. I'll react to it. So top 4, Aiden Hutchinson, Jermaine Johnson, Evan Neal, and Kayvon Thibodeau. So 3 pass rushers and a tackle. Pick is in number 5 for the Giants. So draft's moving here pretty quick. And the Giants will take Ike Ekwonu, the tackle from North Carolina State, to pair with Andrew Brown, probably playing on that right side. One of those guys will. So the Panthers, all right, big spot here. Carolina 6. Do they go quarterback? Do they go Pickett, Willis? Do they go tackle with Cross? Somebody like that. Ekwonu, Neal off the board. Yeah, you're right. Jets probably ran to the podium getting Thibodeau at 4. I think that's perfect. I'll have a full 7-round mock draft on Steelers Depot for Wednesday. It'll be all 262 picks with explanations for them all. I'm about 150 picks in right now, so you guys can see what I would do for the entire draft. So Carolina, big spot here. This one could define a lot, both in this draft and in the real world. Who do the Panthers take? The pick is in. And Carolina selects Charles Cross. They go Cross, a tackle from Mississippi State. Wow. So Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, Kyle Hamilton, Sauce Gardner. Let's see the top players available according to these rankings. It's Hamilton, Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Derek Stingley, Trayvon Walker, Trevor Penning, Chris Olave, Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, and there is Malik Willis. Jameson Williams as well. Draft moving pretty quickly. The Giants in at 7. A lot of reaction to Willis there. And oh, my goodness, Malik Willis, number 7. The Giants sitting in the weeds the whole time. Don't take him at 5. Take him at 7. Wow. Could you imagine if that happens on draft day? The Giants, who have been not really connected with a quarterback at all, we're going to give Daniel Jones a chance, but, Brian Daboll, the head coach, Joe Sheen, the GM, swoop in and take Willis. Wow, I'm sorry, Mike. That probably just broke your heart. That shocked me. I did not think. I thought I was looking at Atlanta at 8, Seattle at 9, saying that's where we got to watch the quarterbacks at, and the Giants at 7. I love the move, though. I think it's a great move. I'm surprised you're not hearing more about that in real life. The Falcons at 8, wondering, what do we do? They go receiver here? A lot of receiver need. No, they're going to go Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati. So the draft, wild start here It's getting crazy. Top 5, a little more conventional. And I think, should we sit at 20? Is there anyone worth trading up for? Is it Hamilton? Is it Jordan Davis? What if a Stingley were to fall? I don't know if it's worth trying to trade up. And you can see down here a little trade chart, I guess you can call it. Wow. So the Seahawks at 9. Matt Corral time. Stingley still there. Hamilton. Trade back. Stay at 20. Trade down. It's a lot of stay. I'd be okay with trading back. I think in real life, more teams should trade back. More darts to throw at the dartboard. Try to hit their pick. Let's see what Seattle does at 9. Pick is in. 9th pick, the Seattle Seahawks select Trevor Penning, the nasty tackle from Northern Iowa. That's gotten some buzz in real life as well. Had one of the most just aggressive Senior Bowl weeks I think I've ever seen. So to recap the top 10 here, as we go to the top 10th pick here with the Jets, Aiden Hutchinson first overall, followed by a surprise, Jermaine Johnson second, Evan Neal third, Kayvon Thibodeau fourth, Ike Ekwonu fifth, Charles Cross sixth, Malik Willis the stunner at 7, as the Jets do come in at pick 10, so we'll pause and see who they take. The Jets select Jamison Williams, believed to be the first receiver will be taken in the real life draft, and also the first receiver taken here. And was there a trade? The Eagles taking Garrett Wilson. Did they trade? Garrett Wilson goes to the Eagles. And so the Vikings are on the clock here. Or no, I had that wrong. Okay, I apologize. The Jets at 10, the Eagles at 11. Okay, my bad. I was confused for a second there. Kyle Hamilton. If he falls, that's going to be tempting. I think Penning could go top 10. I'm not going to rule it out. Vikings at 12. What do the Vikings do at 12? Trayvon Walker falling a bit here. Even rumored to be the number 1 overall pick. I wouldn't take him that high. I think that's good value, though, at 12 for the Vikings. So let's see what the chat is saying. I'm going to put feelers out there to potentially move down from 20. I just want to get some offers in and see what we could do. I don't want to actively shop the pick, but if teams want to come calling, they can ring number 20 here. Andrew, I think Hamilton would pair very well with Minka. I'm not sure on the Eagles. I'm not sure they made a trade. The Houston Texans have traded their pick to the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay's got to be coming up for a receiver. They have to be coming up for a receiver here. Let's see who the Packers take. Is it Drake London, Trey Burks, Chris Olave? It's got to be a receiver. No, they trade up for Kyle Hamilton. Wow, and the Packers. Aaron Rodgers is going to be so angry. Aaron Rodgers is going to retire. And wow, Baltimore really quick on the pick here, 14. And the Ravens, who will the Steelers have to face twice a year. It's Derek Stingley from LSU, so the top talents coming off the board. What do the Steelers do here? Wow, we're coming up quick. And guys, I don't know what to do. I honestly do not know what to do. The Commanders at 15. Who do the Commanders take? Chris Olave goes from Ohio State. Man, we're coming up quick here. Saints on the clock at 16. Give me some suggestions, guys. I'm thinking, is it Jordan Davis? Maybe go with the top receiver. Drake. I don't know if I love any of these receivers. Trey Burks, Drake London. I'm a little worried about both. As the Saints at 16. Select Jordan, and now Davis is gone. I don't know what to do. This board is not falling well. Kenny Pickett. Any Kenny Pickett fans here in the chat? Is he the guy? Sam Howell, Desmond Ridder, Matt Corral. You guys know I love Matt Corral. Davis is gone. I think if Davis was there, he would have been in the pick. I've been sent a trade offer. Let's see what the offer is as the Chargers are on the clock here at 17. Move down 5 spots to pick up a fourth. Let me know really quick, guys. Move down 5 spots to pick up a fourth. I don't think that's worth it. You guys let me know. As the Chargers will take Devonta Wyatt from Georgia. Man, this is a divided chat right now in terms of what to do. Rage quit. Someone saying rage quit. I can see that. Andrew Booth. Man, I don't know. 18. We were up in 2 picks. They're saying no to, yeah. I'm going to reject it. Trent McDuffie goes 18. We are 2 picks away. Maybe I should have sent a counteroffer back to Buffalo. I'm going to ask for a third. I have an offer from the Browns. Wow, the Saints. Oh my God, this is going crazy. Pick up a third to get a third and a second for our first. Trey Burks goes. Daxton Hill drop down to make this trade here. We're on the clock. Oh my goodness. No, not a 6th-round pick. Oh, this is going way too fast. Oh, I think our trade was accepted. Our trade appears to be accepted here as we picked up a third to move down 5 spots. So we will pick up a 3rd-round pick and go down 5 spots. I love that trade. I love that deal. Pick up an extra 3rd-round pick to go down 5. I think it's perfect. There was no guy we were dying to have on the board right now. I think that was a good deal. I didn't want a 4th because, I mean, it's a day 3 pick, but day 2 pick and a day 2. Didn't get the 3rd-round comp pick for Dupree. Now we get that 3rd-round pick. I love that. I didn't think he was going to take it, and I'm glad he took it because I had no idea what I was going to do. I was barely looking at the clock, so that Bills GM, shout out to you. You bailed me out there big time. All right, now we still have to think about what we're going to do here. As the Bills pick is in, who do they want to go up for? Who do they trade a 3rd-round pick to go up and get? The Bills take at our number 20, Andrew Booth Jr., the corner from Clemson, to replace Levi Wallace, who comes to Pittsburgh. So it all kind of comes full circle like that. I will take it. But what do we do here? What do we do here? Patriots on the clock. I'm going to create a short list of names here, and you guys tell me which one. I'm going to give you 3 names, and you tell me which one we should take. Give me 1 second. I'm going to kind of sort through it here. All right, 3 names I'm going to give you guys, and you tell me which one. And whoever I think the majority is going to be our pick if they're still there. I'm going to wait for the Patriots pick to come in, and then I'll kind of give you guys a scenario. As the Patriots at 21, as the Texans come on the clock at 22, they will take Kaiir Elam, the corner. All right, here's the 3 I'm going to give you guys, and I know you're not. And I know all the options here, and I apologize. Tell me which of these 3 guys we should draft. Kenny Pickett from the quarterback from Pitt, Dax Hill, the safety from Michigan, or Nakobe Dean, the linebacker from Georgia. So Pickett, Dean, or Hill. Let us know which one of those 3 we take, assuming they're still on the board. And I'm going to have to eyeball kind of whichever one feels like the majority here. Got looks like a lot of Pickett and Hill. It's probably going to be one of those 2, and not a lot of love for Nakobe Dean. Couple there. As the Texans at 22, I'll show all, but those are the 3 I'm going to give. I can't keep up. As Karlaftis, the edge from Purdue, slips a little bit, but goes 22 overall. I can't even keep up with the chat right now. Let me try to show all for you guys. The top names on the board: Dean, Ebiketie, Drake London, Linderbaum. Not taking Linderbaum. Zion Johnson. But those are 3 I'm going to give you. We gotta have some sort of way to narrow this down a little bit. Appreciate it. 400 here in the chat. Really cool. Really exciting. We're on the clock here in 2 picks. It's Arizona, Dallas. Pickett. Pickett or Hill. Sounds like it's one of those two guys. I don't know which one has gotten the majority, so you better keep voting. Drake London going 23rd overall. In Dallas, what does Dallas need? Linebacker, could they go to Kobe Dean? Could they swoop in and pull a Bengals William Jackson on us, take one of the guys we're looking for? Potentially. Potentially. Wow, what a crazy first round. I'm still really happy about that trade, getting that third rounder. And so that's why I don't want to take a receiver now, because I don't love a receiver right now when the receiver class is so deep. The extra third round pick. I know I can get a receiver I like later on in the draft. Chuba Thingy, I will pay for Hill. That's going to be an influence. Not that I'm asking you to do anything here in semi super chats to influence picks. The Cowboys are 24. As we are on the clock, the Cowboys select Zion Johnson. They go offensive line. That's predictable. Probably going to happen in real life. So we're on the clock. 45 seconds. It's Kenny Pickett or Dax Hill. We're down to those two guys. Who's it going to be? Pickett or Hill? Let me know. 30 seconds left to make the pick. I've been sent a trade offer. If I can scroll down and find it. No, 6th-round picks, useless. Linderbaum, a super chat. I'm going to go. It looks like the majority here is Dax Hill, the safety from Michigan. Tomlin loves himself a Michigan man. He's saying, we got to get another Michigan man on this team. The Steelers pick is Dax Hill from Michigan. He's athletic. He can cover. He can play safety. He can play slot. He will be a chess piece. He's a much, much better version of Trey Norwood. And so we are taking Dax Hill at 25 overall to become a weapon in the secondary. Kenny Pickett, a lot of votes for him, but it felt like there was just more Dax Hill stands in the chat. And so that is our pick here at 25. I know some of you will love it. Some of you will hate it. That is the NFL draft. And I went for what my scouts said overall. I don't think everyone hated it. I think some people liked it. Some people also hated it. So that's fair as well. So that's where we sit. Dax Hill. I do wonder to play strong safety is a little bit light. Man, you get some talent. I think this guy can't hit. He can cover. Really natural cover guy. Could even play maybe outside corner. So the quarterbacks. What other quarterbacks will go? Just one taken so far. Tyler Linderbaum off the board at 26. Had a really good pro day workout. Didn't quite fit the system I think Pittsburgh's going to run. And so he was not our pick. So thanks so much, guys, for helping me through that. I almost didn't realize at first how to draft somebody either. I got a little scared. Let me scroll down here. Show you the most recent picks. Drake London, Zion Johnson, Dax Hill, Tyler Linderbaum. Tampa Bay's on the clock at 27. Oh, the other GMs didn't like it. I didn't even see what the other GM said there. Mike says fire our scouts. Nope. They're our scouts. We love them. Should we trade up for a quarterback? I saw somebody say that. 5-5 Tybo. Now go get a quarterback. Top quarterbacks on the board. Kenny Pickett, who we almost took. Sam Howell, Desmond Ritter. And you guys know I'm a big fan of Matt Corral. Any Carson Strong fans in the chat? Trade up in the second. I don't want to trade up for a receiver. I think so many good receivers. I don't want to trade up for one. As Tampa Bay takes Kenyon Green out of A&M to replace Alex Kappa, who went to the Bengals as they rebuild, retool their offensive line. Sky in the second, says Ethan. Trade back up for Kenny. Trade up for Corral. We'll see. Who's going to take a quarterback? Will any team in the rest of the first round take a quarterback here? Green Bay won't. Kansas City won't. The Bengals won't. The Lions could. Lions got a couple picks here. Jacksonville won't. Giants already have a quarterback. The Jets won't. Houston maybe. I think a quarterback is going to slide. I mean, we'll see. They're going to go eventually. But I want to see how the quarterback situation plays out before I start thinking about trading up. I'm not going to go back into the first round right now. I don't think it's necessary. King Crow says sit pat. All right, stay pat. Ebiketti, I'm a big Ebiketti fan. I don't know if it's a big need. As the Packers trade their pick to the Bengals moving up. Of course, not for a quarterback. O-line help? They might go offensive line. Seeing Kenyon Green, Zion Johnson go off the board. Who are they going to take here? Get some help for Burrow, maybe? No, they're going to go Kyler Gordon from Washington. All right. I like that move. Ray Finkel, send some offers. I don't know what to send. I'm afraid to send an offer because it might be accepted, I'm not really in a rush right now. We've already made one trade, so we've had some movement here. Trading down. Take that, Kevin Colbert. Moving down 5 spots. Kevin Colbert's never done that in the first round before. Moved down 3 in 01, but never 5. Not in the first round. Edmonds was on a 1-year deal, $2.5 million. I think Edmonds' contract does not factor into my draft plans for a guy like Dax Hill, who's supposed to be here 5+ years. Another receiver. Trade up a bit for more. I'm going to at least let the first round play out here. A couple more picks. And the Chiefs take. There's Arnold Ebiketie, the edge from Penn State. One of my guys this year. It's a great pick there. The Temple transfer. 18.5 tackles for loss. 9 sacks last year. 6'9", 5'3" cone at his size. The bend that he has. Got to work against the run. Just being stronger. But it's a pass rush league. It's a good pick there. And the Chiefs, are they on the clock again? They have back-to-back picks? They do that. Yeah, is that from the Tyreek Hill deal? I think. Jesse George got to get a quarterback who really wants to see MVP Mitch versus MVP Mason. Fair point. I don't disagree one bit. I'm just not sure when the time. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm thinking if we make a trade, it would have to be a second and a third. Let me ask the chat this. I'm not saying I will do this as the Chiefs make their second pick. Would you be willing to trade our second and both third round picks for a quarterback as George Pickens goes 30th? And the Packers might not be happy about that. So receiver getting a little bit thinner. Yeah, if you're just here, we took Dax Hill at 25 overall after picking up a third round pick with Buffalo, which I think was a great deal. Jahan Dotson. I really am a big fan of Jahan Dotson. Alex Pierce, Christian Watson, Calvin Austin, John Mechie, Justin Ross, Bo Melton. Still some good receivers out there. Nope, no trade. Okay, people are really not liking. Would you be willing to trade a second and 1/3 round pick for a quarterback potentially? As the Packers at 31, well, they get a receiver here. No, Nakobe Dean. Aaron Rodgers is punching air right now. Oh man, I don't know about that one. Who the Packers? They've taken Nakobe Dean and Kyle Hamilton, right? Somewhere in here. Yeah, at 13. Looks like no to a trade up for a quarterback. So we'll see if someone falls. Let me ask you guys another question. I'm full of questions today. Of the quarterbacks available, which quarterback do you guys like the most? Pickett, Howell, Ritter, or Corral? So Willis is gone. Which quarterback do you like the most? And could Detroit take a quarterback here? That'd be interesting. But Pickett, Howell, Ritter, or Corral, who's your favorite quarterback of the ones left? No, Wes. Garrett Wilson's long gone. Lions. Let's see what the Lions do here. Big pick here. And no, they will go Jaquan Brisker from Penn State. So only one quarterback goes in the draft, and it's Malik Willis at 7 of the Giants, as we all expected. No, not at all. Wild first round here again. Our first round pick, Dax Hill, 25th overall, trading down 5 spots, picking up a third round pick here via the Buffalo Bills, our new best friend. We couldn't trade Antonio Brown to the Bills, but we do trade here and get Dax Hill. Looks like a lot of corrals. Garrett, like you said, Corral has the it factor. I don't care about Pickett's age too much. Quarterbacks will play till they're 38, 39, 40 years old. So I don't care if a guy's a year or two older. It's less of an issue than another position like receiver or safety or running back or the like. Let's see. My brother's a huge Ritter fan, says Evan. As the Jaguars top around 2, 33rd overall. Let's see who they select. Lewis Seen. Dave has it correct. Lewis Seen from Georgia, the hard-hitting safety. As the Lions trade up, this has to be for a quarterback. You have to think this is for a quarterback. You will lose Pickett at 34. Yeah, I'm not expecting all these quarterbacks to be here. I just kind of wanted to take you guys' temperature. Wait, no, who went up? No, the Cardinals went up. I'm sorry. It was Detroit who had the pick, and now the Cardinals come up. Who are the Cardinals coming up for? Is Kyler getting dealt here? That really can't happen. Dustin, Pickett, Howell, Ritter, Corral is how he ranks it. Luke says Corral, and who are the Cardinals taking here? Trade up for Dotson. I wish the audio was here for these things. That was kind of fun. David Ajabo. They trade up for the guy with the blown Achilles. Wow, that's surprising. I'm not against taking him in the second round, but to trade up that high to get him. Interesting. Yeah, the line. Yeah, you're right, Brian. Brandon, I screwed that one up there. I apologize. As the Jets will take Devin Lloyd, linebacker from Utah. Didn't run well, but dude's really explosive and fast on tape. The Giants, after taking was what Evan Neal and then Malik Willis in the first round, back on the clock here at 36. What players left? Top players in the draft. A very good question. Top players right now. I hope I can figure this stuff out. Maybe I can't figure this out. Kenny Pickett. Looks like they're our top quarterbacks. Kenny Pickett, Sam Howell, Tyler Smith, Desmond Ritter, Bernhard Raymond, Sky Moore, Matt Corral, Logan Hall, Brees Hall, Cole Strange, Jalen Petre. You guys, I'm a big fan of Petre. Jahan Dotson, Mumma, Fa'alele. Some of the names there. So a lot of quarterbacks. Quarterbacks top of the rankings right now. As the Giants will take Sky Moore from Western Michigan, the New Ken native. Not going to get Sky Moore. I'm sorry, guys. Could Pittsburgh still get their quarterback? We will see. Joel says Pickett will not fall to 52. You very well may be right. Look at the Browns. The Browns entering the draft here at some point after trading all their picks for Deshaun Watson. Yeah, Moore would have been a good pick. I would have not been. Moore would have been on the short list of selections. Absolutely. But he is gone. And I don't know, trade up for a 5'9 guy? Would you do it? Because if you're going to trade with only 4 rounds here, future picks not mattering, it'd be a second and a third. So if we're going to trade anything, I don't want to trade 2/3 as Denver's come up with a deal with the Texans. Also, quick shout out. It looks like every GM so far, they're trading, they're making good trades. They're making reasonable picks. There's no trolls here. So shout out to the other 31 GMs for, I think, doing a really good job here of being honest and embodying and embracing the spirit of this, and appreciate Walk the Mock for allowing me to GM for the Steelers yet again. That's a good question about Watson. I think he's still here. I haven't heard his name. Yeah, Christian Watson still on the board. Top receivers: Jahan Dotson, Alec Pierce, Christian Watson, Calvin Austin, John Mechie, Velus Jones, Justin Ross. As the Broncos moving on up, who will they take? Well, this won't be for quarterback, of course, but who will they take? Bernhard Raymond, Central Michigan, the Austrian. He's going to go to Denver. I want to know who's going to take the next quarterback, though. Who needs a quarterback? The Jets don't. The Bears don't. Seattle? They got back-to-back picks. You got to think Seattle's taking a quarterback with one of these 2 picks. I mean, they can still go another position and get a quarterback. After that, the Chiefs won't. Atlanta, perhaps. And then from there, maybe the Saints. These quarterbacks are going to slide, though. They're not all going to fall. But I think one of those 4 of Pickett, Howell, Ritter, or Corral will be there at 52. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that. As the Jets take Jalen Petre, played that star position at Baylor, athletic, hard hitter, smart guy, a nice pick there. Him and Jordan Whitefield together, Whitehead, excuse me, are going to be a good pairing. As the Bears quickly turn the card in, Seattle at next is going to be really interesting as the Bears will take Tyler Smith, the aggressive, physical tackle from Tulsa, had 18 or 16 penalties last year, may move to guard, has some good length, a little bit short, to try to protect Justin Fields. What interior defensive linemen are still on the board? Logan Hall, DeMarvin Leal, Travis Jones, Perrion Winfrey, Phil Mathis. So some talent. It falls off, I think, after Mathis, but a couple names. Trying to think about who would fit Pittsburgh the best. So some other guys as well, some other maybe interior guys. Oh, what happened here? I guess that's like a true nose tackle. So there really isn't many guys listed there. Seattle. This has to be a quarterback. One of these picks has to. I will be shocked if they do not take quarterback here with one of these picks, unless they are all in on Drew Lock, which seems questionable. And so Seattle will take Sam Howell. There's your quarterback, North Carolina. Had a down 2021 season, but he is now a Seattle Seahawk. Got to go quarterback here for value right, says Brian. We might. I'm thinking quarterback or receiver. I'm not sure what other direction we could go that would make a lot of sense. We'll look at it. Mike can give me Leo Chanal in the draft. Yeah, really big, athletic Wisconsin linebacker. Seems like something Pittsburgh would do. Robert says they picked the worst one. Yeah, I'm not too mad about losing out on Howell. So the quarterbacks left, the good ones, the top ones anyway. Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ritter, and Matt Corral. Matt Corral's there 52. You guys may have to talk me out of Matt Corral because I may pull rank on that one. We'll see. Tom Mead running the Seattle GM. Yeah, Tom Mead has infiltrated the system to take Sam Howell. Who will be the other pick for Seattle? Let's see. Cole Strange, the center from UT Chattanooga. I think he's underrated. He's got size, athleticism. Thought held his own during the Senior Bowl. So they'll get a center to protect their new quarterback in Sam Howell. Let me scroll down here. Recap the last couple of picks, and again, just to show where we're at. We're here. So we're still a little bit of ways away. Oh, Kansas City making the pick. Mark says Corral. Brian says Corral, Watson, Dotson, the law firm, as Boye Mafe. Late bloomer, came on strong back half of this year, 24 years old, but really athletic. I think he's going to be a top 50 pick in real life, and he is here. And so the Chiefs got, I believe, Arnold Ebiketie and Mafe. So really upgrading that pass rush. I could see Strange go in the second round. Maybe not that high in the second round, but I think some centers. That's where you're going to see centers go. Fortner, Strange. Cam Jurgens, maybe a sleeper. I don't know if I want to trade up for any guy. Maybe a quarterback. If I were to go up for a quarterback like Corral, Buffalo's one spot ahead of me. Maybe Washington. What about a trade up for a quarterback with Washington? Giving up our 4th round pick to go up a couple spots to get Matt Corral. If we think, if we assume Corral's going to be there, I really want to go after maybe Corral here. The Falcons will take Nick Benito, Penguin center, and also the edge from Oklahoma. Dotson is on the board. Watson is on the board. What about Washington? 2 and a 4 to go up 5 spots to get Matt Corral. There will be a quarterback if we stay, but will it be Matt Corral? That's the question, Dustin. Let it ride? No. You guys are shooting me down. I don't know. I really want to do it. The Browns on the board here, first time in the draft. They will take Logan Hall, the interior kind of 4-3 tech from Houston. The chat does not want me to trade up. They wouldn't even accept it necessarily. We don't know. One of these quarterbacks is going to be there. I can't. We are up in 7 picks. Baltimore, Minnesota, Washington, Chicago. I doubt Indy takes one. The Bills will not take one. Unless one else goes up. The Saints could. The Saints are the only team I think that really has a... I mean, you could argue the Colts, but I doubt it. The Saints really have the best chance to take a quarterback right now. Baltimore making the pick here. I'm not taking Bailey Zappi. Washington could take him. There's an interesting pick. Josh Paschal? Big edge. Good run setter from Kentucky. Trust Alex. Thank you, somebody. Oh, Minnesota. Green Bay moving up now. Green Bay, just active day for the Packers. I'm not sure what all trades they've made. I think it'd be like 3 trades so far. They moved for Hamilton. They're moving up now. Dotson or Pickett, says Robert. Watson is the pick, says Aaron. Again, I want to thank you guys for being here, hanging out with us. A lot of fun. Can't wait for the actual draft, but this is a ton of fun, and I think it's gone really well so far. Knock on wood. Mike says Travis Jones. Let's see what Green Bay does here. Will they take Aaron Rodgers' replacement for a second time? I doubt it. Hold tight. Man, I really want to go up. I want to get Corral. Let's see the top receivers. It's going to be Corral or receiver. Top receivers, Dotson, Pierce, Watson. I'm going to put it to you this way right now, guys. We're either taking, if they're there, Matt Corral or Jahan Dotson. Will the Packers take a receiver? Will this be Jahan Dotson? They got to take a receiver at some point. Christian Watson. They do go receiver, the height, weight, speed type from North Dakota State. Christian Watson. Do we move up here? Washington's probably going to turn the card in right now. Sky is gone, Live Loyal. He went top of the second round. If you don't select Pickett at 52, you're crazy, says Ross. Dotson or Watson? Dotson, Watson, Corral, Ritter. Will Washington take a quarterback here? Could they break my heart? Will they take Matt Corral? The Commander select. Breece Hall, they go running back. First running back off the board. Dotson. Actually, it's just Mike Adesso saying Dotson over and over again. The Chicago making the pick here. Immediately, the Bears, they won't take a quarterback. Alec Pierce. Oh, wow. The receivers are coming off the board, guys. The receivers are coming off the board. If you draft Ritter, Dave fires you. That is a fair point. The Saints on the clock. We are 4 picks away, and I have my sights on Windows security virus protection. I have my sights on Matt Corral from Ole Miss. A lot of people want Dotson, though. I'm a big fan of Jahan Dotson. You guys saw my draft dudes video today. I had Dotson in that camp. As the Chiefs go up, Chiefs going up here. That's interesting. But I had Corral on my draft dudes list as well. Let's see what the Chiefs do as they move up. Drafted some edge rushers so far. They go offense here, maybe receiver. They do. They go up. They jump us to take Jahan Dotson. That's a really shrewd move by KC. But now you guys can't tell me to take Dotson anymore. That's a fair pick. T-Man, this is fun. We're having a really good time. So the receiver class is looking thinner. I can pull it up here. It's Austin Mechie. Oh yeah, Dotson was really like the top dude left. That one hurts. You guys might have been onto something there. But I still have eyes on a quarterback. As the Colts will they take a quarterback? Oh my goodness, the Colts take a quarterback. They take Corral. Oh, they're breaking my heart. Oh my goodness. I didn't think they were going to do that. Wow. That one hurts. Dotson, Corral go back to back. This is why I wanted to move up with Washington. You guys said no. Oh my goodness. And the Lions move up now. Wow. We are on the clock. Who do we take here? Who do we take? The Lions select Christian Harris. We have 50 seconds. Pickett, Ritter. Oh, this is a bad. This is not going well. The Colts have devastated me. Pickett or Ritter? I don't know there's a receiver left to take. Austin Mechie. Pickett or Ritter? We going Pickett? Mechie, Pickett. It's a lot of Pickets in the chat. Oh, this one this feels like it's gonna happen in real life. I'm going Kenny Pickett though. Matt Canada has said, "Get me Kenny Pickett." You guys are telling me to get Kenny Pickett. I am getting Kenny Pickett as we go quarterback. Still, Kenny Pickett in the second round better than Kenny Pickett in the first round, if you ask me. I am devastated by Matt Corral being off the board. You guys do not know how much that hurts me. Kudos to the Colts there. Maybe they heard me. They probably heard me. So there it is. Kenny Pickett, our draft pick so far, Dax Hill, and Kenny Pickett. Oh, wow. As Minnesota will take John Mechie the third, coming off the torn ACL in the SEC title game. Reportedly, his recovery is going extremely well. Maybe available after a stint on PUP. Mike not happy with that. He says gross. Ross is happy with that, though. Ultimate Elite, I wanted Corral too. I wanted to move up. I'm going to put that one on you guys. Chad Mumma from Wyoming. And you'll hear about Logan Wilson 87 times when Chad Mumma gets drafted. Still got 2 third-round picks. Receiver certainly needs to be on the radar. No, not tight ends. Justin Ross, Tyquan Thornton, Bo Melton, David Bell, Romeo Dubs. That's Dave's dude. Danny Gray. What about Danny Gray? Some 4.43 speed. I don't know where my Q is even at on here. Oh, it's right here. Okay. That's helpful. I should have been using that. As the Bills. Marcus Jones from Houston, yeah. Well, we have Dax Hill. There's a little overlap there as Travis Jones goes to Buffalo. Jason, yeah, I know. I hear what you're saying about Pickett. I mean, I think he would fit well in Canada's system, and I'm a sucker for a good story. What can I say? Danny Gray. Perk, this is Walk the Mock. I've been invited to draft as the Steelers GM, for better or for worse. We've seen some of each today. As the Cowboys make their pick, Melton their dubs. Definitely looking receiver. Third round at some point. Pierre Winfrey goes. Have it on good authority. The Colts listen to this YouTube gate. Yeah, we are starting a league investigation into the Colts' actions of listening to a public stream online. The nerve. I'm sure they did not, but if they did, good on them. Christian Harris is long gone. Garrett Pierce is gone. Ross. David Japp, he says Wandell Robinson. Yeah, I mean, I don't love the kind of small space dudes, but I love it more kind of later in the draft. So let's look at the top players overall. I should probably look at my board more often. That might help. Desmond Ridder, still waiting to hear the call. DeMarvin Leal, Daniel Fa'alele, biggest dude in the draft. Cam Jurgens as Jacksonville makes their pick. I think our draft's okay so far. Tariq Woolen, the big long corner, tight hips from UTSA, ran 4.26. What did he run at the combine? Yeah, someone let Pat McAfee know I'm upset at the Colts right now. D-line, yeah, I don't want to discount it. I'm Leal's there. Maybe the third round pick. Desmond Ridder, the other quarterback, goes off the board. So Desmond Ridder. And so with that, all the quarterbacks, all the major players, the top 5 guys are off the board. It was what Willis to the Giants, Corral to the Colts, Howell to Seattle, Pickett to Pittsburgh, and now Ridder to Atlanta. That'd be one heck of a draft story if that happened in real life. Justin Ross, Khalil, is it Shakur? I think that's how you say it. Both options, Mr. Hammers. Has McDuffie been taken? I think so. Right? He had to have been. Did McDuffie go? We'll wait after the pick here. As the Packers will take Drake Jackson, the edge. That's a name to watch out for Pittsburgh. I know Jonathan just did the profile on him on the site, I think today, actually. Drake Jackson's name I know he likes, and I kind of like too. So in real life, watch out for Drake Jackson. I would probably say about third round. Okay, McDuffie's gone. Top corners, Kobe Bryant, the other corner from Cincinnati. Martin Emerson, the big long corner from Mississippi State. I like McCreary. He's just undersized, but a really good technician. Great man cover corner. Marcus Jones, Ryan McCullum, Alante Taylor. Some good cornerback names out there, and also Darion Kendrick, who's not, he ran like a 4.7 something. Tampa Bay on the clock. As where are we at here? Late second round. We got 2 third-round picks. Picked up a third. Stole a third. I would like to think from Buffalo. Roger McCreary says Bolets rules. Russ Obenstein just put in a call to Pat McAfee. Alex, let him know you're not happy. Redemption is coming. Said I wish you. Thank you, Russ. As Leal goes to Tampa Bay. Steven, it's going. Well, it depends who you ask. I think it's going okay. Matt Corral was stolen out under our nose, but we've taken Dax Hill and Kenny Pickett so far. As the 49ers take Cam Jurgens, who reminds me a lot of Kendrick Green, and I mean that in a not negative way that you probably think that I'm meaning it, but really athletic dude, a little over aggressive. Got to clean up his technique, but more, he's a natural center. Green was a natural guard. I like that pick there for the Niners, although that will not replace Laken Tomlinson. Top players again: Fa'alele, Emerson, Troy Anderson. Really interesting story. Won offensive and defensive player of the year awards in the Big Sky Conference. Speedy linebacker. It's the Saints. Take Calvin Austin III. Yes, Brian. Ebiketie went in the first round to the Chiefs. Ebiketie is long gone. I think we're going to go receiver. I don't want to put myself into a corner here, Mr. Hammers, but we need a receiver. I would prefer a slot option. Is there one really available, though? I think Bo Melton, David Bell, maybe Romeo Dubs. I think he was more of an outside guy who's gotten some work inside, like the Senior Bowl. Danny Gray can probably play inside some. He's a little more linear. Grant loves Fa'alele. Yeah, Pittsburgh at his pro day. Pat Meyer, the offensive line coach, was. So if you do want to talk about like day 2 tackles, we don't talk about that a lot, but I think Fa'alele's a dude you have to talk about. They liked Zach Banner for his size. The health didn't work out. Fa'alele, a better athlete with very similar size. As a guy to talk about as well, Jamari, I think it's Soller, tackle, probably plays guard as he's listed into your offensive line here with the Bengals as they beef up their offensive line. A name to watch out for, I think, on day 2 as well. As the Texans take, as we about start round 3, last pick of round 2 is our second back off the board, Kenneth Walker. So Breece Hall goes to Washington as the first running back off the board, and now Kenneth Walker, who transferred, I think, from Wake Forest, I want to say, and had a big 1,600-yard year, had 2 200-yard rushing performances, a $197, 5 touchdowns against Michigan. Pittsburgh knows their Michigan State backs well. A nice pick there by the Houston Texans. Evan, no. Pittsburgh not at UConn's Pro Day, which was surprising and might dash the Travis Jones stands hopes. Mr. Hammer's Dubs is still available. Edge is possible as well. Chanal, then Gray says Brenton 717. The Eagles taking Jelani Woods, the big athletic tight end who tore up the combine, 6'7", 245. Does he show it on tape is the question with Woods. Starting off the third round, again, we have 2 picks at number 20 in the third round and number 25, and a 4th round pick. And that will be the rest of the draft. Targeting receivers. Oh, what else is there to take? Maybe a corner. Let's see what the edge class has to offer us. Cam Thomas. Barno, interesting, ran like a 4.37. Myjai Sanders. Sam Williams has some off the field concerns. Dominique Robinson from Miami, Ohio. D'Angelo Malone. Dave and I are both D'Angelo Malone's stands. I'm going to put him in a queue in a second. Eddie, yeah, we're in round 3 as the Lions take Roger McCreary from Auburn. Chuba Thingy, I really like Treylon Burks for a slot option. We got some spam in the chat. Hold on. Yeah, Treylon Burks in the slot, kind of a compared to a Laviska Chenault type. Um, I can see that. Leal is gone. Cap Spartan. He's been taken by, I believe, Tampa. Took him. I'm gonna kind of just scroll down through the overall players. You guys can kind of look at it. I won't talk about it too much and shut up for a second. As the Giants take my Jay Sanders. Eddie, no. We've taken Dax. Well, we've taken Dax Hill, who's kind of a safety corner chess piece. We've also taken Kenny Pickett, the quarterback from Pitt. So those are our two picks so far. Trade both thirds for Debo. Jason says we need D-line youth. Cam and Tyson are getting old. I understand that. Right, Abraham Lucas, I think, is a sleeper in this class. Yeah, I'm thinking receiver and then something else. Could be corner, could be edge, could be D-line. Maybe Mathis. As the Texans. Gustavo, I'll look at the tackle board here in a second. Texans take Trey McBride. Is he? No, he's the second tight end to go because Woods was the first. Well-rounded tight end from Colorado State. The tackle class. Gustavo asking about that. Falele. Hold on. Let me click off. All right, we'll get to it, Gustavo. I promise. The Jets. Every time I can't. I guess I can't exit out, but I want to see who they pick. There's one of the tackles from Ohio State. A couple Ohio State linemen will be drafted. Him, Thayer Munford, more of a guard type. So Lucas, Kennard, Braxton Jones, the big long tackle from Southern Utah. I like Rasheed Walker. Sean Ryan may play more guard. Max Mitchell, Zach Tom's a sleeper in this class. I'm going to cue both of those guys. Grant says I take Faalele and then receiver, the Virginia safety Joey there. Joey Blunt we're taking Dax Hill, but I like Joey Blunt. And I'm glad to see he was brought in for a pre-draft visit. Some medical concerns with Joey Blunt is the issue with him. Jacksonville taking Isaiah Likely. Did not test well in this process, a little undersized. I don't know really what you do with him, but Jacksonville taking Isaiah Likely. Yeah, I think Danny Gray would make a lot of sense in the third round. With one of these picks. We got to take a receiver with one of these picks. And I like Bo Melton as well, and his Gray is natural in the slot. I don't know. Chicago will take Dylan Parham. That's the name to watch out for on day 2. Even round 2, I would say. Who do I like more, Marcus Jones or Kobe Bryant? I mean, they're slot versus more outside corner. I'd probably lean Bryant. Jones, I get, the need there. It's about a 177-pound corner who's already had surgeries on both shoulders. I don't love that, and he's not uber physical. He's aggressive and he's willing, just smaller frame. No, Marcus Jones is still here. Grant likes Bo Melton. Yeah, I like Bo Melton too. So we kind of talked about receiver. Let's talk about some other positions we could address. D'Angelo Malone. I like Malone a good bit. I would be willing to take Malone in the third round. Seattle has had a busy draft so far. They will take Martin Emerson. Kind of a poor man's. Well, people really like that one. I joined in. Colts, who have broken my heart. As Eddie says, Joshua Williams from Fayetteville State is a sleeper this year as Jalen Tolbert goes to the Colts. Kind of maybe their new T.Y. Hilton. I know Hilton's still there, but Tolbert a lot younger. Yeah, Ian, I think we have options here. I don't disagree with that one bit. See the D-line group. Phil Mathis, I think makes sense. I wouldn't be mad about that. Troy Anderson, Leo Chanal. I think Chanal makes a lot of sense as well. Tyndall, Quay Walker. Quay Walker is still here. How is Quay Walker still here? I think we got to talk about Quay Walker. I'm not like beating the drum for off-ball linebacker, but they got him ranked super low. That dude's going to be like a top 50 player probably. Quay Walker is going to be hard to pass on. You guys let me know. Atlanta taking Abraham Lucas, the tackle from Washington State. Yeah, Cam Sutton is in the last year of his contract. I do have Witherspoon and Wallace. Yeah, maybe I should have shut up about Quay Walker because I don't know how he's still there. You think somebody, the rankings got, he's definitely a product of the rankings there. From a BPA standpoint, that's a tough one to pass on in round 3. So everybody shh about Quay Walker. We're going to hush tones. And we are picking in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 picks as the Houston Texans will select. There's a linebacker, Leo Chanal. Big 250, 260, great workout times. He will go to the Houston Texans. James, I probably did. Probably right. Baltimore. There's a team that's gonna screw us. It's the Ravens. They do it every single draft. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say they're gonna take our guy. Oh, thank you. Is it Key Walker? I always just read it. I've never like heard it, so I guess that's fair. Well, I'll just call him Walker. As the Lions are trading up. Is it Key Walker? Okay, that's interesting. I've always just read it. Just kind of said it in my head. Cameron Thomas moving on up. Thomas, a sleeper, had a really good, sub 7-second 3-cone time. Had good productivity. He's probably going to be a day 2 guy that like most people are going to sit there and go who. Um, but I think he will be a day 2 guy. Minnesota with the pick pretty quick. See who the Vikings select. Alontae Taylor. I know Dave, a big fan of him. Corner may play safety. Daniel Faalele, top player on the board, according to Walk the Mock, followed by Troy Anderson and Carson Strong. And then Greg Dulcich, the former receiver turned tight end. The Browns on the clock, the second pick here in this year's draft. TJ Watt would love the Ravens taking Faalele. We'll see who the Ravens end up taking here. 300 in the chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Again, my mock draft, my actual predictive Steelers mock draft will go up tomorrow. So Monday, bright and early on Steelers Depot. Reminder, Kevin Colbert, Mike Tomlin speaking with the media, their pre-draft press conference tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So the site will be very busy tomorrow. So I encourage you guys to check it out. I encourage you guys to like and subscribe to the channel as well. Like this video and subscribe to the channel because we'll have a lot of draft content coming up for you guys. Khalil, I think it's Shaker, something like that. Boise State. As we inch closer to our pick, ahead of us are the Chargers, the Texans, the Giants, the Falcons, the Commanders, and then us. And remember, we're picking with 2 picks in the 3rd round, so they're going to come pretty quick. As the Browns, taking a receiver, I think is expected. Tanner says Faalele, get the big 387 pounder. Definitely some Jordan Mailata comps with him. I think they're pretty valid. See what the Chargers do here. Will they go maybe interior D line? I've heard some connections with Jordan Davis. Mike Adesso. What about James Cook? Yeah, I said it. Maybe. Troy Anderson. So the linebackers coming off the board here. That's a good pick. Anderson's a fun player, but he is not the guy we are looking at. Is it pronounced Key? I'm not second guessing you, Jason. I've not heard it myself. So is it really Key Walker? Because I don't want to say it incorrectly. Should it come about? But sent the trade offer. All right, this is interesting. A trade offer. I got to scroll down to see it with Detroit. Okay, I'm not. No, these are bad. Texans will take Nick Cross. Yeah, there's Nick Cross as well. Definitely on Pittsburgh's radar. Dino Tomlin's roommate in college. I think the youngest player in the draft. I've not been able to find a younger player in the draft than Nick Cross. He's like 20.63 years old, according to Dane Brugler's mock draft. The Giants, a quick pick. Could this be someone we don't want them to take? No, they go punter. The first punter, Matt Ariza. I love Matt Ariza. He can punt, he can kick, he can tackle. Some questions about directional punting. Good luck punting in New York, by the way. But wow, interesting. It is pronounced key. All right, I'm gonna trust you guys. Eddie, we've taken Dax Hill and Kenny Pickett. You can see it right here. These are the two guys we've taken. Coming up here, receiver on our radar. Lions keep sending us crap offers like Alex is some rookie. Yeah. No, this is not my first rodeo. A punter. I think Ariza is going to be. I think he really actually could go third round. I'll say in my actual mock draft, I don't have him going third round, but not too far off from there. Atlanta, as we are on deck, the Falcons will take Danny Gray. Wow, the Falcons take Danny Gray. Certainly was on our radar with that 4.3 speed. Atlanta loading up on receiver, the weakest receiver class in football. As Washington, the Commanders on the clock. The Commanders will take Greg Dulcich, a tight end from UCLA. Guys, I don't know how this has happened. He has been lost in the cracks here. Go away. As Key Walker from Georgia. I don't know how he's ranked so low. Key Walker. My goodness. We have to take him, right? 30 seconds left. It's got to be Walker. The steal of the draft. The best value pick you're going to see today. It is Key Walker from Georgia. May not play right away, but third round. Certainly worth it. That is our man. How is he there? I'm glad I am rewarded for scrolling down just a little bit more. Let's see what the reaction is here. Maybe we get a lot of love here from the pick. None. Absolutely no reaction. I'll take that as stunned silence from the rest of the other GMs, wondering how did Walker fall into the third round? That is a steal. I think that's a steal. I mean, that's not even debatable to me. So our sights are now set on receiver. Unfortunately, Danny Gray is off the board. Yeah, that's just dumb luck. It's just dumb luck is all that is. And I will accept it. I will not complain about it. They all fainted. Yeah, I like to think that as well. As Laley does go to the Patriots. That's a very Patriots pick to make. So we're looking receiver here. And by the way, there should be an archive version of this on the channel if you guys want to go back and check it out. No. So top receivers, Justin Ross, Tyquan Thornton, Bo Melton, David Bell, Romeo Dubs. It's like a cornerback as well. Top corners in this class. Kobe Bryant, Cam Taylor-Britt, Marcus Jones, Adam McCullum, Josh Jobe, Darion Kendrick, Mario Goodrich. And the best players overall, we'll look here in a second. I don't think Thornton's a reach. As the Raiders take Phil Mathis from Alabama. I think that's a solid pick there. All right, we're on deck. As the Cowboys. Oh, okay. No, okay, Baltimore's picked. Dallas is still on the clock, though. Let's see who Baltimore takes. I think it's got to be a receiver here for us. Rasheed Walker being drafted by the Ravens. So top receivers, David Bell. I kind of like David Bell. Velus Jones, I'm going to pass on him. Been sent a trade offer, maybe from Detroit again. Oh my goodness, it is from Detroit again. I'm going to just start ignoring their nonsense. Justin Ross, I think Justin Ross makes sense. The medical is scary. Ian Fallaley just went. Bryant, okay, Kobe Bryant, a receiver. I think it's got to be a receiver, though. I mean, even Dax Hill can kind of play some corner. I'm looking Bo Melton. David Bell, Tyquan Thornton. I kind of like Bo Melton though. I've been a fan of his. Are you guys would Bo Melton work for you guys as the Cowboys make their pick? Let's assume that he's still here as the Cowboys will take. Well, Kobe Bryant's off the board. So I think that kind of clears up the discussion a little bit. I'm sorry for Mike Adesso and everyone else who wanted Bryant. That's a good pick by Dallas, but I'm thinking receiver. I'm thinking Bo Melton. I need more of a slot type of guy. You guys let me know. Only 30 seconds left. Bryant's gone. I'm sorry. Melton or Thornton. I'm thinking Melton. A lot of Melton stands here. I'm going to consider myself one of them as well. Trade back. It's too late to trade back. We don't have the time to trade back. I'm taking Bo Melton from Rutgers. If you produce on Rutgers' team, man, you got some talent. I think he's going to be a slot guy for us. I like receivers who get open. I think he's similar to Jahan Dotson. He ran well. He's a good athlete. Bo Melton's our guy. I'm happy with this draft. I think we're doing a good job. Dax Hill, Kenny Pickett, Key Walker, and Bo Melton. And that trade back, too, getting that third round pick to move down 5 spots with Buffalo when we did not have a guy we wanted to take at 25. I would have probably taken Dax Hill at 20. Buffalo, we trade with them. I still get Dax Hill and then use one of those picks to get Walker. Because if we only had one third round pick and Walker was there, I probably would have taken Walker, but I would have not had the receiver either and been kind of upset about that. So I'm happy. Right, Mike. That is Tequin Underwood, right? Who's now the Pitt receivers coach, I think. Right. I'm asking that because I can't quite remember. But it's another receiver. Goes David Bell, kind of a Jarvis Landry type of guy. Dakota says, "Killed the draft. Thank you so much." Moonshine still unhappy with Pickett. Yeah, I didn't love it either. If that would have been a perfect draft would have been me getting Matt Corral in the second round. If I would have gone Hill, Corral, Walker, Melton, you guys wouldn't have seen me next year. I would have quit, retired, gone out on top because I don't think there's a way to top that. So, but the draft never goes perfect. So I think it's a realistic view of what happens. Top players on the board: Carson Strong, Zamir White, Bailey Zappi, Velus Jones, Cam Taylor Britt, Amari Barno, Brandon Smith, Darian Kennard, and Marcus Jones. How about Jalen Armour Davis for our fourth? Maybe. We'll consider a corner. We'll see what's there. It's going to be a while. We'll be waiting a little bit. Jeremy Taekwondo made a lot of catches in traffic. Yeah, I get that. I think in reality, Tyquan Thornton was coached by Frisman Jackson at Baylor his first year or two. Someone you should be considering in your mock drafts. Carla, great job, Alex. Thank you so much. Alex replaced Colbert. Let's go as Tampa Bay. Maybe a Carson Strong to eventually replace Tom Brady. So our 6th quarterback to go, probably our last quarterback to go in this universe. Yeah, D'Angelo Malone. Let's look at our queue. There's 2 guys left in our queue. It's Zach Tom and D'Angelo Malone. Malone, if he's still there, it's going to be hard for me to pass on. 2-time conference. No, what do they play? Sunbelt. What what conference does Western Kentucky play in? Anyways, 2-time defensive player of the year. Yeah, Mike, I would play him in the slot. No, I'm not going to trade down because there's nowhere to trade down to. Gunter Edge in the 4th. Yeah, I think Jeffrey Gunter from Coastal Carolina. He was in my last mock draft. I don't think it's too high for Melton. I think Sam Williams going to Houston. No, I don't think. I think Melton there was appropriate. I mean, maybe it's you could argue it's a touch high. I mean, receivers are going to kind of be jumbled up, but I think it's third, fourth round guy. Deontay was kind of initially viewed as like a 5th round guy, and that all worked out. Cam Taylor Britt from Nebraska going to the 49ers. Damone Clark with the spinal issue, the surgery. He's not going to play his rookie year. The future there's so murky. Maybe 7th round, one of the 2 7th round picks. I don't think you can justify taking him earlier than that. Is that just say McCollum? I think the pick kind of flashes before the graphic shows up. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I am McCollum from Sam Houston. Say I know Owen Straley, a big fan of McCollum. Moonshine, who'd you say? Thomas Booker from Stanford. I believe Booker is still available. That would be a quality pick. I'll probably just search it. Yeah, Thomas Booker. I'll put him in the queue. I think that's a solid suggestion there. I don't want to discount D line entirely. but I think probably going defense next pick, edge, D line, corner, unless the board really compels us to take somebody, just in the way that Walker kind of compelled us, even though I wasn't really targeting an off ball guy. That value is just way too good. Hassan Haskins, yeah, as Chig Okonkwo goes, and that's Josh's dude. I like Haskins. I think he fits fourth round with other needs. I'm gonna pass, I think. Has the edge from Oklahoma gone? If you're talking about Benito, yes. If you're talking about Isaiah Thomas, no. The Iowa State kid, I think he's still there as well. Scott says corner. Appreciate you being here, Scott K. You missed big by not getting McCollum. That's fair. I mean, you can't get everybody. I know Dave would not wait to draft a running back. I don't anticipate it happening in the fourth round. You will see my mock draft tomorrow. And will there be a running back in my mock draft tomorrow? We'll see. We'll find out. Haskell Garrett from Ohio State. That's a name I haven't heard too much about. It makes sense though. Pick is in with Baltimore. Got the Browns coming up here in a moment too, so we'll see what the AFC North is doing to round out the third round as Channing Tindall. Man, how many Georgia kids? I mean, there are a baker's dozen of Bulldogs that'll be taken in the top 100, top 3 rounds. Yeah, Kingsley did fall pretty hard there. Put Ridgeway in the queue. Yeah, I like Ridgeway at the Senior Bowl. I'll put him in the queue. I don't know how strongly I'm considering him, but he'll be in there. Carlos is running back in the sixth. Yeah, we're only drafting the top 4 rounds, but I think 6 rounds when I would open up the conversation more. Darian Kennard, the tackle who dropped weight, may move to guard, taken there as the Browns are on the clock. James Cook. I mean, I think it's only been 2 running backs taken, right? I think it's only been 2. It's been Hall and Kenneth Walker to the Texans. I don't believe another running back has been selected. I could be wrong about that. Is Cook out there? Yeah, James Cook is available. And you will hear that he is Dalvin's brother 74 times on draft day. Steeler fan 1933, house to house in the lawnmower. I need to mow the lawn. The grass has gotten terribly long, but I was busy today. I'm working on my Steelers mock draft, my full 7 round mock draft. The Pirates game was on. We're doing this, so the lawn needs mowed. That's for sure. I will pick Pierre in the sixth. Yeah, is Pierre Strong? Here, that's an interesting name. He's there. And I like Damian Price. I'm going to put Pierre Strong in the queue. Yeah, there's only been 2 running backs taken, so they've all fallen. I mean, it has been a very analytical driven draft. As a receiver, running back Wendell Robinson goes to the Browns. So the Browns adding up a lot of weapons for Deshaun Watson for whenever he plays. We don't know when that will be. But yeah, the running backs, you would imagine there'll be a run on running backs here pretty quickly because even 2 running backs in the top, like 100 or so picks, is surprising. As Zach Tom, someone in our queue, tackle, may play center in the NFL. He goes to Baltimore. So a nice pick there, I think, by the Ravens. Cook Strong. Oh, you're saying Pierre Strong's better than James Cook. We'll consider it. The value may compel us. I've been thinking more defense with a corner or an edge guy, maybe defensive line as well. But again, I'm happy with this draft. Just to recap, it's Dax Hill, Kenny Pickett, Key Walker, and Bo Melton has been our 4 picks so far. As the Eagles select Brandon Smith from Penn State. He had, I think, 90 something tackles last year. Pittsburgh, I think he's looked a little bit at the other Penn State linebacker, Ellis Brooks, who's going to be a day 3 priority free agent type of guy. As the Dolphins will take Braxton Jones, the big 6'5", 35-inch arm. There's always one of those guys. There's always some dude from like directional Utah that's 6'5", like 310, with 36-inch arms. I feel like that guy exists in every single draft class. Pierce is the best running back in the class. Strong take. Spicy take from Mike Adesso. Jonathan Heitrader might agree with you there. Grant says I'd go Pierre Strong or D'Angelo Malone. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Wes says got to get a running back to relieve Harris. Yeah, I think backup running back is an overlooked position that should be addressed. as James Cook. And there goes Cook off the board. Okay, actually, I realized I got a DM from Walk to Mock like 45 minutes ago about audio being turned off. I'm afraid to hit buttons though and like screw something up. It's been off this far, this long. We're just gonna keep it off. Who wouldn't love to hear my voice anyway? A lot of people. Do I think Wyatt's stock will drop? I could see it happening. I don't. He could go anywhere from like 15 to 40, and it really wouldn't surprise me too much. I don't want Snell and Balaj is not even a Steeler right now, so I don't want those guys touching the ball. Yeah, it's a Pacho from Rutgers. Isaiah Pacho's. I like him a lot too. I think Tyler Wise is a fan. Sean Ryan goes. Got a Browns fan in here. Says go Browns. Don't think you'll find these are not your people, but we allow you in here anyway. Grant, thank you. I need to get an actual mic. My mission this summer is to actually like pretend like this is my job and get an actual desk and an actual mic and not the same setup I've had for years. I just use a decent gaming headset microphone. No singing though. I don't think Pittsburgh and Wyatt are going to be a pair though. As Isaiah West and someone Pittsburgh has looked at, small school sleeper. Had a lot of injury issues though, but he should go on day 3. There's a lot of FCS receivers to consider. I don't think I hated Connor. The Eagles will take Kirby Joseph. That's one of my dudes. Big fan of Kirby Joseph. Rangy, free safety, receiver skills, tracks the ball really well in the air. 5 interceptions is kind of his first year full time starter last year for Illinois. As Houston, as we are in round 4, they will select Bryant Asamoah the second, 230-pound linebacker, undersized, but that kind of what the NFL's transitioned to. The undersized, speedy, off-ball linebacker. And, Troy Anderson, should probably scroll down here. One of those guys. So last couple picks here. Cook, Ryan, Weston, Joseph, and Asamoah, however you say it. Cornerback option says Jay White. I guess we are getting, we're still 30 picks away. Tyquan Thornton, I believe, is still available. Yes. Luke Fortner, that's a nice pick there. Yeah, I know. I got to post more on YouTube. I'm sorry. It just I try to, but then obviously, Steelers Depot, the actual website, the articles come first, and it's been really busy in draft season. Sometimes I just don't always have like a topic to do in video format. So I'll be posting certainly a lot after the draft. And then I'll try to do some other stuff during the dead of the offseason as Marcus Jones has been on Pittsburgh's radar as a slot corner return man, at least for Seattle. I don't know if Mike Tomlin would use him there. History says no. Goes to the Seahawks. Yeah, Mike Adesso. I know I got a little like weird money ball. He has a good jaw with Fortner in shorts. I just appreciate that. I don't know. I'm a simple man. I'm an easy man to please, Mike. What's the other boards look like? I'm not sure what you mean, John. Other boards for other teams. I don't know. D tackle would be good. Yeah. I'm not as concerned. I think Alu Adams will play well this year, and so those interior guys are kind of more drafting when you need them type of thing. Justin Ross going to the Lions. The medical concerns there. Interesting fact: the neurosurgeon who performed the surgery on Justin Ross is Pittsburgh's team neurosurgeon, and so I think there's some potential that Justin Ross will be on Pittsburgh's radar as Alex Lindstrom, the younger brother of Chris Lindstrom, first round pick of the Falcons, goes to the Jets. So Lindstrom, a 4th round pick. His brother will let him know about it at the dinner table. Josh Joby, I'll look up cornerback options after this pick here. Jeremy Ruckert, well-rounded tight end from Ohio State to the Giants. Okay, let's see. Cornerback options will include Josh Jobe. We're not taking Kendrick. Hold on one second. Max Mitchell, potentially. The Commanders select Jojo Doman, another one of those underweight, kind of hybrid type of guy, 6'1", 230. McKeel Wright. All right, the picks are coming in pretty quick. I can't exit out, but I want to see who they take as well. Yeah, Frisman Jackson worked out Ross at his pro day as the 3rd running back goes off the board. Samir White from guess who, guess where, Georgia. Cunningham. Who is Myron Cunningham? Can you jog my memory there? That's not the It's not Tua's sibling, is it? Any guards left? If these picks are coming in super quick, I keep trying to scroll. As the running back run may be beginning. Isaiah Spiller, good size, explosion. Right, Goodrich, Waller, Armor Davis, Castro Fields. I think should be on radars in real life. Like Caleb Evans, Jack Jones, Chase Lucas, the Arizona State kids, Taylor Stewart's a toolsy guy, but I didn't put a draftable grade on him. Guard. Somebody asked about interior offensive line. Hold that thought. I think Smith is on the board, Cody. Okay, right. I don't know a ton about right. I appreciate the insight there, Moonshine, as Kellen Deesh goes. 6'6" tackle as the Cowboys are trading up. Top interior offensive lineman, Cade Mays, versatile guy. Schaefer, big dude from Georgia. Munford, a people mover from Ohio State. Play tackle, play guard. Damari Mathis, we've already drafted Dax Hill. I think there's a little redundancy there. Dominique Robinson, I watched him against Luke Gadecki from Central Michigan. Thought Robinson had a nice day against him. Ed Ingram, Hayes, West is only 20 years old. There's Smith, Logan Bruss. He played tackle, may kick inside. Chris Paul, if you want a guard and a musician, he's got an album out. Zach Thomas, and that's kind of the list there. Still thinking about D'Angelo Malone with our pick, which is coming up here. Yeah, Castro a little soft. Yeah, I just know Grady Brown was at the pro day. They want good athletes at corner. He's a little, the length isn't there. You're right about maybe kind of some of the willingness and ability to tackle, but I think it's become a little less of a priority with the way Pittsburgh's scheme is focused on more man coverage and taking on guys like Jamar Chase. Draft Ed Ingram or Smith. I think Ingram was rated high, but Nora, he had an off the field thing. I think it was a pretty serious allegation. I can't quite remember what it was. He got briefly suspended by the team, so in real life, I don't expect him to be really on Pittsburgh's radar. But for us, someone to consider, sure. Barno, I think it's Barno's still there. Amari Barno. Yep, he's still there. We'll put him in the queue. The production, I think, was light with him. It's a little like Owe from Penn State last year. Devin Tompkins, throw Dave a bone. Where is Devin Tompkins ranked on there? $10 super chat from Tim. Thank you so much, Tim. I don't see any message associated with that, but I really appreciate the super chat and the support. As the Ravens take Alex Wright from UAB. He's a bigger body, kind of fits Baltimore. He's 6'5", 270. Came out a year early. Might have been a mistake for him. Apparently, he's not had a great pre-draft process. Tompkins is what we were looking up. The picks are coming in super quick. The Saints will take McKinley. He's played some safety. I think he's played some corner. Okay. No. Is Tompkins even on here? No, not even on. I can't even draft Devin Tompkins if I wanted to. Wow. The disrespect is real. Trap the best gloves for Pickett. Oh, Carla. Dang, that hurts. That's a fair critique, though. I thought his carriage of the football to me was a bigger issue than the hand size. People talk about the fumbles and the hand size. I think it was more just the ball swinging when he would move in the pocket or run. Created more fumbles than actually just having small hands. But yeah, Carla off the top rope. The pick is in for the Colts as we are winding down in our final round again. Just 4 rounds in the walk the mock draft. Max Mitchell, Louisiana Lafayette. They produce some good linemen. Kevin Dotson. Well, some people would call him good. And Robert Hunt in Miami. Felix Jones. He's like 25. That's going to be an issue for him. Brian Robinson, who replaced Najee. Should we pair Najee with his replacement? Ross Swisher really wants a defensive lineman. I think Garrett just went, so I think he's gone. As Chris Paul, a nice pick there by the Chargers goes. Walker is gone. Rasheed Walker is off the board. I believe it was Baltimore that took him, M. Davis. As the Eagles will select at 419. That one hurts. That's a good pick. D'Angelo Malone certainly would have been in strong consideration for us, and he is off the board. Our queue right now, by the way, has Thomas Booker, John Ridgway, Pierre Strong, and Amari Barno. D'Angelo Malone is gone from the queue. Cowboys taking Kevin Austin Jr. Had some off the field concerns, multiple violation of team rules, height, weight, speed guy. Finally broke out, got on the field in 2021 and put up some good numbers. If I knew Tua was back, I'm not drafting a defensive lineman at all. If you knew he wasn't back, you're probably going to draft one. You're in this weird middle ground. Does the team know something new about his status? I imagine Quope will be asked about that tomorrow, and I imagine he will not give a straight answer, either because he does not know it or does not want to tell it. Sam Williams is gone, Andre, if that's what you're asking. As the Rams really making picks in this draft from their beautiful mansion, they're making their picks from out in LA. They'll take Josh Joby from Alabama. A couple of Alabama defensive backs likely to get drafted on day 3. Daniel Wright and Jalen Armour Davis, the other two. Velus Jones finally goes top player in the walk to walk rankings. Cody wants Smith. We'll put him in the queue. All right, we'll put him in the queue. Where's he at? Is he listed interior? I don't know if that'll be our guy, though, but I'll put him in there. Baltimore pick is in. Tomlin wants Pierre Strong, says Russ. And there goes Brian Robinson. Do we get Mathis? I'm not going to take Mathis. I think there's some overlap there with Dax Hill. Cade Mays, he was at Georgia. Then his dad had his finger amputated after he got caught in a folding chair. I think at some Georgia function. And it was a lawsuit. Really kind of crazy and unfortunate. And then Mays transferred to Tennessee. His brother Cole was also a part of that Volunteers offensive line. Yeah, I think tight end, maybe a Keith late, and there's Tyquan Thornton. I wasn't going to consider him, but the Packers finally taking a receiver and they take a good one in Thornton. Pick is in for the Eagles. We're coming up here, so we got to start thinking about this a little bit. As the Eagles select Kendrick. Ugh. I'm going to put a little storm cloud. I guess that's like a negative reaction there. And the pick is in. All right, so everyone kind of knows their picks. So tell me who we should take. I think D-line's possible. Thomas Booker from Stanford was a good suggestion earlier. Yeah, the Ravens always have good drafts. In any scenario, any configuration, I swear, the Ravens always seem to have good drafts. So 5 guys in the queue here: Booker, Ridgway, Strong, Barno, or Smith. Let's pick one of those 5 since they've been in our queue, although we have a trade offer coming in. I don't know if this will be worth anything. Is it Detroit? It's Detroit. And now they're giving me 2 6-round picks. I'm just going to keep projecting it. I don't know what Detroit's doing. They're messing with me as the running back run continues. Kendrick ran like a 4.7 something, and I didn't even love his tape. When you're a corner who's running 4.7, I'm not going to draft you. There's an issue there. We'll check after the draft who other teams took. With our picks coming up, and I don't want to lose track of it. We'll go through some other stuff here after our pick ends, though, for you guys. Armour Davis, Barno. Yeah, you guys. Of these 5, who should we take? I'm thinking either Booker, Strong, Barno is kind of the 3 that I'm going to narrow it down to. Barno, Strong, or Booker. I think Booker would give some D-line help, kind of some protection against Tua. Strong, I think, is a good player. And Barno is a pretty freaky edge guy. Let's look at the pick here for Tampa Bay. As they will take Amari Barno. So, never mind. They heard us. Bruce Arians is listening in. So now we're down to 2. Assuming both are there. As the 49ers will take Brian Cook. from Cincinnati. A lot of Bearcats in this draft. There were going to be, I don't know, half dozen or so Bearcats that are going to be taken this year, whether you're talking Pierce, and Sauce, and Cook, and Sanders, and Ford, and maybe someone I'm missing. So we're down to Pierre Strong from South Dakota State or Thomas Booker from Stanford. Those are the two we're going to roll with here, guys, with our last pick. I do agree. Booker kind of comes across as a Steelers type, aside from being from Stanford, the West Coast guy. Cole Turner, that's one of Dave's guys. Big frame, big catch radius, playing that air raid system. Will he transition to the NFL is going to be the concern there. A lot of strong. And it looks like more strong than Booker. I personally would lean towards Thomas Booker. Garrett says corner. We'll take, if we have the time here, a quick look at corners. You got Wright, Goodrich, Castro Fields. Jalen Watson's kind of a sleeper. He's got good size. A lot of strong. Okay. A couple of Bookers, though. Fred and Jason and John all saying Booker. Same with Cody. The Vikings. Okay, yeah. Kind of delayed there. We're on deck here as the Panthers are on the clock. And the Vikings will take Cade Mays. He played everything. He'll be a guard, maybe even a center at the NFL level. Probably going to be more of a versatile backup. That's probably going to be how he survives on a roster. Yeah, a lot of running backs here. White. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah, White and it's getting a little slow. It feels like. I'm not sure. Either is good. Alex, you pick. Cody yelling out Booker. Carla yelling out Strong. Lion is more of a need than running back in this spot. Only one pick left. This is the last pick we'll be making. This draft only goes 4 rounds. There will not. I know it's showing 5th round picks, but as far as I'm aware, and if there is a 5th round, if we do go 7 rounds, we'll be waiting a while for our next pick. All right, we are on the clock. Let's see what the Panthers take, and the Panthers select Justin Schaefer, the guard from Georgia. So you guys let me know, Booker or Strong. Those are the two we are looking at. Dave would say running back is fungible. Dave also loves Pierre Strong. I think that's the one guy that would break the fungible streak. You know what? You guys talked me into it. We're going to draft Pierre Strong. We're going to go running back. We're going to help out this offense, this run game. I think Booker's a good pick and makes a lot of sense. But we'll have some fun. And we'll draft Pierre Strong from South Dakota State. If he takes care of the football, you might actually have something there. And I just think you want to protect yourself because if Najee goes down even for like 2-3 weeks, man, what do you do with your run game? You know, the Steelers' offense will be built around its run game. This team will be built around its defense and its run game. Run game this year, you eliminate the run game. You're asking Mitch, you're asking Pickett to try to win these things. You're asking too much, I think. So you want to have that good security blanket, and I think Strong does make sense here. The first, someone told me this, so I'm not taking credit for the stat, but I believe the first FCS running back that will be taken since Merrill Hodge in, I believe it was '89. I want to say. So that's our draft. We'll round out the last 3 picks here as they're coming in pretty rapid fire. Russ says, clear schedule, Alex. I'm calling Colbert and getting you a chair in the war room. Hey, I won't turn it down. Joshua Williams of Fayetteville State. That's a solid pick there by Houston to round out the 4th round. Yeah, I think you couldn't have gone. I think Booker or Strong would have made sense there. I think those are both solid options. If I knew Tua was coming back, I'd be even more in the camp of Strong. And the optimism around Tua has been encouraging, but of course he's not back until he's back. So to recap our picks here, we had pick 20 initially, moved down 5 spots with Buffalo to get Daxton Hill, picked up a 3rd round pick, took Kenny Pickett in the 2nd round, wanted Matt Corral, stolen away, call the cops by the Colts. So we take Pickett instead. As 3 picks to go, the Ravens will select 87. Okay, on that. Charlie Kolar thought he was going to come out last year, stayed another year at Iowa State, and he is now a fourth round pick of the Ravens, who need some help. Nick Boyle's had some injury issues, played, I think, 14 games the last 2 years. Boyle's unfortunately been hurt quite a bit. The Patriots taking Marquis Hayes, the guard from Oklahoma, big dude, 330 pounder. Ross Swisher, could they target defensive line? They certainly could. I think trying to find the type they look for is a bit difficult to do. Um, and it's really dependent on what's happening with Tuitt. And hopefully we learn a little bit more about the situation Monday, though I don't know if we will. As the Eagles, last pick, the Mr. Relevant of this draft, Romeo Dubs, one of Dave's guys, has been hurt in the pre-draft process, but good hands, pretty bulked up dude, and the draft is officially complete. And so that is the 2022 Walk the mock draft. Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, thank you to them for allowing me to be the Steelers GM. And we'll recap our draft here, go through some other picks. I'm not leaving right this second. Go another couple minutes and go through the rest of the draft. And then you guys can watch an archive version of this as well. Andrew says, solid draft. Can we trade away Pickett yet? Yeah, you guys let me know. Here are the picks. Daxton Hill in the first round after trading down, picking up a third. Kenny Pickett in the second round. Key Walker, third round. Bo Melton, third round. Pierre Strong Jr., fourth round. So what grade would you give these 5 picks here? You guys help me pick them. So it's a reflection on you and a reflection on me. But these 5 selections, give it a grade. A, B, C, D, C+, B-, A-, whatever. You guys let me know. I think it turned out all right. Had we gotten Matt Corral, I would have given it a better grade. I'll give my answer here in a second. I don't want to bias anybody. But you guys are very welcome. Appreciate you guys being here for sure. Yeah, I think Moonshine Pascal from Kentucky fits. I think that's a solid pull there. Mike Adesso, $2 super chat. Thanks, Alex. Good job, guys. Yeah, you guys helped me out. My assistant GMs, my scouts. Brian gives it a B. Ian A plus. Tim B plus. Andrew A minus. Pickett B plus. Jason B. Brian B. All right, I think we're pretty good. We're getting good A's and B's. We're pulling a good GPA. It sounds like. But yeah, had it been Corral, I would have given this, I think, an A. I'm gonna go B plus because Pickett puts you in maybe an awkward situation, but it is second round. Key Walker to me might be the steal of the entire draft. Hill, I'm happy about. I'm not ecstatic, but I'm happy about that at 25. And then I'm really just happy about getting to trade down and pick up a third round pick. That was, I think, a move with the draft. Really kind of opened up things for us. Melton, I'm good with. Strong, I think, is fine as well. So Dave says he needs to see me in his office. So maybe we'll get Dave's evaluation of this as well. Walker was the steal, most excited with Hill and Strong. Yeah, Walker, again, he was kind of just pushed down in the rankings, but I mean, that's going to be a legit like top 50 pick. We got in the third round. That's probably around pick 80 something. Oh, is that 84? One of our picks, 84, 80, 89. 11-6 season, says Carla. Second round is not bad for a quarterback to this draft. Yeah. Again, I'm happy with Pickett in the second than I would be Pickett in the first. I had a second round grade on Pickett, so it kind of all tracked. Let's just quickly look at the AFC North. Tom says C plus. That's fair. So Baltimore took Derek Stingley at 14, then Pascal in the second round. Walker, Tyndall, Tom, Wright, Robinson, Armour Davis, and then Kolar. A lot of picks there for the Ravens. I don't know if they made a trade with our friends Detroit, getting a future 6th-round pick there. Cincinnati, just 3 picks: Gordon, Soller, and Okonkwo. Check Okonkwo. So there was a trade there as well. And the Browns, not much there in terms of picks for the Browns. All 4 of them: Hall, Shakur, Robinson, and Garrett. So adding some weapons offensively and D-line help. A very clear focus from the Browns. It's a good draft, though. Again, our trade terms in the first round picked up a mid-third round pick to go down 5 spots. John Easley, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, John. I saw you here earlier. Appreciate you being here, hanging out with us. I just get too many Chad Pennington pre-shoulder injury from Pickett. I mean, is there worse things than Chad Pennington, like pre-injury in the second round? It's not going to be your savior, but it could be a lot worse. Will we be drafting a quarterback next year? A good question to ask a year from now, John. C-Rex, loved all the Depot fans. Have a great week, boys. Thank you so much, C-Rex, for being here. Appreciate it. A lot of fun. And so, yeah, that is the draft. Who are the best players not drafted? Rashad White. Yeah, running backs kind of went late, but really didn't go, very few taken in this draft. Zach Carter from Florida, Jerome, seeing a bunch of the running backs there, and the edge rushers. So, Darian Beavers was there. Ed Ingram. Yeah, you see a lot of running backs here. Will the Steelers take 2 receivers in the draft? Maybe, but they only have 7 picks, and so it's hard to double deep dip when you don't have a lot of draft, capital and a decent amount of needs to focus on. So it's going to be harder to do, but of course they could. And the board usually dictates will you double dip if there's just really good value, on day 3. Thank you, DTG, about the Bill Milton pickup. Yeah, I'm happy with that as well. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap things up here. There'll be an archive version of this on the channel, potentially on Steelers Depot as well, maybe for the morning. And again, my Steelers final mock draft will go up Monday morning, predicting what I think Pittsburgh will do. There is one curveball in this one you guys are not expecting, and you guys probably will not like, but I'm going to kind of call my shot on something in this mock draft. And so you guys will see that tomorrow. Dave will have his mock later in the week. I'll have my complete 7-round mock draft, all 262 picks with explanations. That's going to go up for Wednesday morning. We'll have Scott Pavel's big board. That's going to go up, I think, hopefully on Tuesday. And still some more draft profiles as well from myself and the gang on some prospects to check out here before the draft starts. So appreciate you guys. A lot of fun. Yeah, Ben, can't wait for the mock tomorrow. Can't wait for you guys' reaction. And a reminder, Kevin Colbert, Mike Tomlin speaking to the media tomorrow. So maybe we'll know exactly what pro days they were at and just kind of get some more pre-draft thoughts. Although obviously they won't be saying many things too earth-shattering, but you never know what could come out. So there you go. All right, guys, gonna wrap things up here. Appreciate your time. A lot of fun. And again, thank you to the guys who walked the mock. They were awesome and really appreciate them having me on the mock draft and the stream. So we'll talk to you later. And again, I'll have my I'll probably do a video on my mock draft as well, and then of course have a couple of videos with my post draft analysis after each round and each pick that comes in. So check out Steelers Depot. Be sure to follow the site. We'll have a ton of draft coverage for you guys. Draft weekend starting Thursday night. It's going to be just bonkers. It's going to be insane, and I can't wait. So appreciate you guys watching, hanging out with us, and we'll talk to you soon.